When we think of terrible communities, we often think of ones that annoy us. Ones with little kids, grandchildren, or whatever other horrible things come to mind. Now, combine these two and turn them into evil, hormonal little super gremlins. This is the Roblox community, one often dominated by impulsive, irrational young teenagers. While not every game attracts a community like this, some notable ones do, in fact, have quite disturbing sub-communities behind them. In this video, we're going to get a first-hand look into one of these games with a fascinating conversation between two content creators in the community. So you're not going to want to miss that. As you might have seen from the thumbnail, the community I'm going to focus on in this video is the one surrounding Criminality. Hey, yo, stop typing. I don't dislike the game. I've never really played it, but I don't see a problem with it. If you watched my last video, which you should definitely check out after this, you'll know I'm talking about the high-contact, serious community around the game, not casual players. From what I've seen, this entire community revolves around toxicity as a trait and as threats towards other players. Playing the game myself, it's actually okay. It's like the hood or the streets, but actually not a steaming pile of shit. From what I've seen, gunplay looks pretty fun, and the overall experience seems to be quite enjoyable. But this is where we encounter... Rogue Gangsters, as many of us are aware, are a subset of Roblox players that pretend to be hard as fuck, while most of them are actually middle-class Americans living in a rich suburb playing on their $1,200 gaming PC. But instead of behaving like normal teenagers, they attempt to be aggressive and constantly agitated for some reason. Anyways, this is where the community's problem starts. At its core, the regular player base interacts by being straight up toxic, and not in a fun way. So, of course, going deeper into the community won't yield better results. This game is like a mosh pit that various communities take part in. You have Rogue Gangsters here, other places you have worse Rogue Gangsters, you have the furry community where you get those weird racist furries that are edgy and just really bizarre and obnoxious. Let me stress though, this does not define the entire community of Criminality. It's just an unfortunately noisy part of the community, as I've covered in previous videos of mine. However, you might be wondering, how can you possibly make judgment this harsh on a community you've never been a part of? Well, allow me to introduce today's interviewee to the stage. You're about to see firsthand how this community has affected individuals deep within it. Although the experiences of one can't be applied to all, from the stories I've heard, this is pretty much the norm in the community, especially for those fully involved in it. Okay, so just explain, I guess, your kind of story with Criminality and how you kind of got started playing it.
It was like ages ago, man. Like fucking, I was like 13. It's like when like COVID hit. I basically I didn't like really talk to anyone anymore from the school, and I don't really have a lot of friends in general. So I was like, and eventually like for like Christmas, I got like a brand new computer, like gaming computer. So I realized, I could start making videos on this game. Because I like the game. Just fun. It's fun to play, fun to make videos on. It wasn't bad. Like, the community wasn't as bad. Like, it was still bad, but it wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
When I was playing Crim, I eventually got big enough. 1K subs, so I was like, alright, I can apply for content creator program. I actually didn't really get the creator thing until like 2,000 to 3,000 subs, I think. But that's when I started getting more popular. I started posting more videos. I was way more motivated to post more videos. When you're more popular in the game, right? People want to go after you more. They will hunt you down for basically just existing. That started happening way more. Obviously, I started getting annoyed by that. Dealing, like, what was it? The way I was treated in Crim, I fucking hated it. And the way that the players were, the community was horrible. People were like just rude to me for no reason. So obviously that rubbed off on me. And I started acting like that towards other people, or just like, just like random people in game.
For the next question, I'm gonna ask, give me some examples of toxicity that you encountered yourself, but weren't necessarily, directed at you, because we'll talk about that situation in a little bit.
Oh, a lot of things have happened. What was it? I used to get called like basically just slurs like normally. Yeah, like in the game, like it says voice chat. I would literally get called like fucking F slur, N word, bunch of shit like that. Like just like normally. Fun fact, this is actually I'm just kind of sidetracking right now, but fun fact, I was actually in a person's video, right, that was basically kind of also criticizing Crim, and I was credited in it for the ending, and it wasn't even like I didn't even help anything like what they said. I just played Crim with them, and I was credited with that. And one of the community manager comes into my DM saying, "Yo, why are you being credited with this misinformation filled video?" Like he was like fucking interrogating me. And at the time, I was like kind of scared because I still want to play Crim and make videos for it. Obviously, I don't care anymore, but they are so egotistical, but they don't want to be called out on it either. They shit talk their players, right? But it's like the players are what make them. They also stole a CS:GO skin, like
Yeah, I
two
remember you.
CS:GO
I remember.
skins,
I remember you talking about that.
and people obviously called them out on it, and they're like saying like Crim players when people discover inspiration, like bro, no, it's not inspiration. You're just stealing the fucking skin.
I'm sure a lot of you didn't expect to see this amount of like toxic sludge oozing from this community. Even hearing about the admins of this entire ass game reflecting this level of toxicity towards their own player base is frankly concerning. Like, I get fucking with your audience and having a good time, but ridiculing people for bringing up a legitimate problem with the development of the game just teaches them to have zero respect for you. I'm sure many can attest to the rogue gangster virus infecting them as they play the game too. Personally, I've seen plenty of examples of people adjusting and adopting the social cues to the community they most frequently participate in, which can be a positive or negative thing depending upon said community. But as you may or may not have been aware of, the person who I interviewed, Dilly, was recently embroiled in a huge scandal, causing them to delete most of their videos on their channel and receive lots of hate. Whether or not the hate is warranted is up to you, the viewer, to decide. However, I've brought both Dilly and another YouTuber, Piesaregoodforhealth, into the same call to settle this and clarify everything that had led to Pies making 2 videos on the whole situation, one of them even directly targeting Dilly. Here's how it went. So, explain your background on when you found out about the information you published in your videos.
Oh, that was kind of the information that I got or collected from that video was kind of scattered around at first, and that's why I was kind of skeptical to believe anything, and I still am now. Even the people that gave me the information to make the video, I don't really like them because I've realized that even though they may have been like wronged by Dilly or Dilly has been wronged by them, blah blah blah. They all are quite immature, and I realized this unfortunately a bit too late. But all this information was scattered around initially, even when Dilly still was in contact with me, and I was trying to help Dilly, etc. Um, and eventually, when Dilly left everything, details started to get more. It started to get more like apparent on what was going on. And eventually, the ultimate reason why I made the video was because who Dilly knows, released this document, insisted that they were going to make a video, and I was like, you know what, I'll make a video because it'll reach more people, and it seems like Dilly is an actual asshole.
Same question goes for you. Explain your background on the situation and everything that kind of went down leading up to this.
That was the doxing situation happened like months ago. That was because of like blackout people, and I came out about that on Twitter a while ago. Because I was a false ban, and then they were calling me a lot of shit, which I wasn't. So obviously I had to defend myself. That document that was made, that was previously mentioned, that was made by and they purposely I know I feel well, I don't know if it was purpose, but it felt like it was purposely left out a lot of details on me too, and it seemed pretty malicious, especially the detail some of the screenshots I put in my video that I made that they purposely didn't mention, and it feels like this was on purpose because I even got a screenshot, or I even got a message from my DMs where she edited one of her messages and pinned it so I could see it, telling me how much of an asshole I was, that I was slandering her name.
In a roundabout sense, Pies, this is for you now again. Do you believe what you have presented to your audience to be 100% truthful and unbiased, or do you believe that there could be a little bit of error in there potentially?
Oh, certainly there's some error. That's why I privated it in the first place, because I was like, okay, well, this is even though there was slight misinformation in the video itself, I decided to unprivate it because I felt like Dilly's kind of demands were kind of bullshit. But only because I wanted to talk before. I was like, all right, let's move on to actions.
Same question for you, Dilly, just to reiterate. Do you believe the evidence that you presented in your video is 100% truthful, or do you think you left some things out for the sake of the narrative, quote unquote, or just to, I guess...
No. I did everything I could to
Okay.
I tried to present everything, truthfully, and I couldn't even... The only reason why I couldn't do that fully, or like I guess you could say like 100%, was because some of the proof that was going to be involved was actually deleted, not by me, but by people like who fucking wiped their entire DMs. So I couldn't get a lot of the evidence I needed, but I think I got enough.
So now I'm going to let you both talk to each other and just kind of discuss, I guess, what was just said, and maybe we can figure out this disconnect here between the evidence being presented or the quote unquote demands that Pies was talking about.
Oh yeah. So did you like, what is there to discuss, if anything? What would you like to
I
talk
want
about?
the fucking videos taken down. It's very
Um,
simple.
all right.
Because clearly, originally, you didn't care about the situation at all because you said it was just free content.
I did say that, but I only said that because
You
I just
only
found
said
it
that
better.
because you
Hey, let
thought
him
it
talk.
was
Let him
free
talk. Let him
content.
talk. Let him talk.
I only said that because it kind of like felt like you were in the wrong, and I now know that's not true. But I still didn't get any answers questioned about the whole trading things and the whole grooming situation. And if I did,
What about
then
the whole?
I
What
would
do you mean about the
easily.
whole trading thing?
I'd said this, but do you have? Did you didn't say a single thing about the whole trading situation, which was like a bit odd in my opinion. So I mean, like, you didn't talk about it at all. Like, there's no specifics. Like, can you defend yourself in this situation? Like, you lied about your age. You
What do you mean
traded.
about my age? I'm 15.
Yeah, and you lied about your age to people that you were trading
No, I didn't.
nudes with.
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay, Pies.
Um.
If you're saying that, could you present at least find a way to
No.
conjure that
If it's
evidence?
no. If he's denying it, then I will not argue against that.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
simply
All right.
People saying
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
fucking groomed somebody or that
Oh
I
no,
preyed
that
on
whole grooming
somebody.
stuff, I literally never ever like said you did.
I know,
This
but a
whole
lot of other people are
yeah,
saying that
because
shit, so I
obviously
have
the
to
crim
clear that up.
community, yeah, the crim
Because they're
community
fucking
are retarded.
retarded and
Yeah.
they use that as a blanket statement, kind of like fucking a lot of people are nowadays.
But could you like at least inform me about any trading stuff? Can you like say if you did, or what, like, do you think there was anything malicious or wrong that you
Anything
know?
malicious? No. Whenever I did that stuff, I always made sure the other person was comfortable. I still think that's wrong, and I realize that now.
Let me
I
think.
just want the fucking
Oh
videos
yeah, no,
taken down,
now I'll definitely take
and
them
I
down.
just
Like,
want a fucking very simple apology. Like I just want this to be over with. I want my
is it
friends
okay if
back.
I like
I want my
completely? If is it okay if I private the videos and make an apology and say I privated the videos just for like
yeah.
archiving because I don't want
Yeah,
to
no,
delete
yeah, I
them.
don't care, cause I'm gonna private my video too, and I just want
Yeah,
fucking my friends back. I want people to think of me like not like this. At the most unimportant one was it'd be nice to have some fucking subs back, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Thank you guys seriously for coming to the table here. I think this is definitely needed
Alright.
for sure.
Yes, it was.
Following this, both parties actually agreed to take down their videos regarding the situation and just move on. As Pies made clear, even though he made those videos as a commentary on the allegations surrounding Dilly, he was still open to hearing Dilly's side and to acknowledge his mistakes. Same goes for Dilly, where they made absolutely abundantly clear that mistakes were made, but ensured to be mostly calm and respectful about the issue. Although I don't expect all Roblox e-beef to be settled on a Discord call, I think it goes to show that most of the shit that gets started in these communities is usually just a true allegation bundled with bias, emotion, and irrationality that serves to make everyone mad at each other. Again, I'm not trying to act like a Mother Teresa figure here, but just chilling out and squashing the beef can really go a long way. I know that's a big ask for young teenagers, but you get it. Anyways, that's going to be about it for this video. Next video is going to be quite a bit more serious in tone, so take this as a bit more of a lighthearted analysis on Row Hoodie and beef compared to the heavy hitters I'm going to talk about next time. I also want to generate some discourse around this video, so share it with your friends and comment some of your thoughts in the community. Also, if you'd like to discuss this more in depth with me and our community, be sure to join the Discord. Other than that though, be careful in the row hood, and I'll see you next time.